And thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners. This Saturday night at Albion Park, it's night one of the Racing Queensland Summer Carnival. So in essence, between now and Christmas time, we've got feature racing at the Creek each and every Saturday night, because ID23 is not all that far away. It kicks off officially on December 1, the grand finals for the Pacers and the Trotters, December 16. We've got features aplenty this Saturday night as well, highlighted by the Aqua Construction's Peak of the Creek final. The heats were keenly contested on Tuesday, and one of the other big races on Saturday night is the Be Good Johnny Sprint for Garrards. And this features the state's best horse and arguably Australia's best horse, Leap to Fame. But he's got to overcome a really tricky draw, the inside of the second row in the sprint feature. In this edition of Weekend Winners, I'm going to catch up with two of the best, Nathan Dawson and Pete McMullen. First night of the Racing Queensland Summer Carnival. We've got the leading driver in the hot seat as we speak, Nathan Dawson. Nathan, appreciate the time.
Good to be on, Chris.
Hey, congratulations firstly. Group 1 Victoria Trotters Derby victory last week. Huge effort.
Yeah, it was very exciting. A little bit unexpected, but it was good to take it out, and it was a good privilege.
Well, first Queenslander to do it, and that race has been run since 1914, so it's a massive effort. Queensland on the board there. Let's focus on Saturday night. Race 1, number 8, Captain Shuffles. He's a high-quality horse. He's fresh up here. What are your expectations, firstly, of Captain Shuffles this weekend?
Yeah, it's probably a good draw for him being first up. He's probably not exactly where we want him. We missed the trial there on Tuesday, so it's probably a nice draw, and just to see where he's at.
Okay, in that recent trial that he did have, did they tinker with gear changes?
Yeah, we did. We changed a few things on him, and we're just going to put a few things back on, and I think we should be pretty good to go.
Okay. On Saturday night, inside of the second row, but you follow out LL Cool J. Is this a good draw for Captain Shuffles?
Yeah, he's a good speed horse, so that's a good draw first up, and it doesn't really matter how the race plans out, he'll be thereabouts.
It's very rare that they don't run these type of races at a genuine tempo, so being on the fence, getting that really economical trip, he could be dangerous if he gets any sort of room to work with late.
Yeah, definitely, being first up on the fence, he's going to be getting a good trip, and we'll see where he's at the finish.
Okay. How much more improvement is there to come with Captain Shuffles, though?
Yeah, I dare say there's a fair bit of improvement up his sleeve. We missed a few trials, so whatever he does this week, he's going to be a lot better for. All
right. Well, that's Captain Shuffles in the open. A race 2. You were down for two good chances here. Rosberg Kadar. Was it a difficult choice to make?
Yeah, it was. I was really happy with Rosenberg last start. He found the line good. But over the 21, probably not ideal for him, so I just went the other way. He seems like quite a classy horse.
All right, Kadar looked okay in that first up run when third. He's now under the care of Jack Butler, so what are the expectations here?
Yeah, I expect a good forward showing. I think he's going to be a lot better this week. He's had a bit of time under his belt to harden up, so I expect him to be in the finish.
All right, 2,138 metres, no issues there?
I don't think so. I reckon he'll run it out pretty good.
All right, is the key horse in this race the New South Wales trained St Crusader?
Yeah, he looks like a nice horse, and he's got good form, in strong races, so if he gets any luck in running, he won't be far away.
All right. Race number 3, we get to see Teddy Disco back at the races. He's a high-quality horse, no question about that. Are you excited to return, or reunite, I should say, with Teddy Disco?
Yeah, I am. I've had really good success with him, and it's good that he's finally back so we can see what he can do.
Okay. He's had a couple of trials. How have you assessed those trials?
The first couple of trials, we just looked after him, as we just spoke about. He's had quite some time off, so we were pretty kind to him, but last week, Shane got him to do a bit, and he wasn't far away.
Okay. Just on that recent trial, that was against some high-quality opposition. They went fast time. The last 200 metres was probably the most pleasing when watching this replay of Teddy Disco.
Yeah, it was. They went good time, and he worked to the line good, and he seemed to do it pretty well with it himself. So that's all good promising, and I'm looking forward to Saturday night.
All right. It is tough though. They come back at that really high mark, so there's no easy races for them. He's drawn 6. Do you sort of plan on going forward? Do you want to snag at the start? How do you sort of see it?
No, I plan on going forward. He's quite a tough horse, and he's proven that multiple times. So we'll roll forward, and we just hope he's fit enough to overcome the tough trip.
Is he definitely the best horse in this field?
I believe he is. Only the query is being first up.
Okay. All right, well, we look forward to seeing Teddy Disco back in action there on Saturday night, going around in race 3. Race 4, another good race here. This is the Trot. Adele, you missed out on the drive last time out. You were down in Tassie on that occasion. She made that break 2 starts ago. She was explosive. So do we just take her on trust?
Yeah, you're going to have to. It's not really, she's probably one that she can do things wrong, and, we've all seen that. So, but when she does it right, there's probably no better in Queensland than her.
All right, so you're confident that she is the best trotter in this field?
Yeah, I think so. If she's not the best, she's right up there with them. So if she brings, her manners and, puts her best foot forward, they're definitely going to know she's there.
All right. Mobile start conditions with this race on Saturday night. Majestic Lavros draws the A. So is he looming as one of the hardest to beat here?
Yeah, I think he is from the draw. So, he's got the benefit of being up on the pace and, doing what he wants. So he's probably definitely the one to beat.
All right. Majestic Harry looked good winning first up. Funny Face is off a freshen up, but she's a high-quality mare. You know her well. It's a deep field.
Yeah, it is. They're all good horses in it, and they're all proven themselves. So we're going to have to be on our A game, and hopefully we are.
All right, race number 5, the Be Good Johnny Sprint. You're driving Hot and Treacherous, a last starter runner-up behind Leap to Fame. That was just on 4 weeks ago now. Plans were looking likely he'd go to Melbourne for a shot at the Victoria Cup. Those plans were then aborted. Here he is, and he takes on Leap to Fame again, who's drawn the inside of the second row. Is this your time to peg one back on Leap to Fame?
Oh, I'd like to think so. We've got a little bit of advantage with the barriers this week, so hopefully we can make the most of that.
Okay, tell me this. When you saw the field, when it was released earlier in the week and you learnt that Hot and Treacherous had 4, were you immediately looking to see where Leap to Fame drew?
Yeah, he's obviously the main danger. He's probably Queensland's best horse, if not Australia. So he's the one that, we got to beat, and, it's going to be tough in 8 for him.
Okay, let's talk tactics, especially over the mile here. You're right in the middle. You've got speed to your inside with Future Assured. You've got power to your outside with Turn It Up and Black Sedans. How does this first 200 metres unfold?
Yeah, I probably don't have the speed myself to get over, but I'm pretty sure Turn It Up is going to clear pretty comfortable, and we'll push forward and be aggressive. Even if I have to hold chair over the mile, I won't be scared to.
Okay. Are you sort of keeping your eye on Leap to Fame at all times?
He's obviously most likely going to get off the fence at some stage, and, he'll be coming at some stage. But over the mile, we're going to try and make the most of that.
Okay. You're probably having flashbacks to the Sunshine Sprint when Leap to Fame was back in the pack that night and then just produced that paralysing sprint. So he's not a one-trick pony. We've all seen him how he can just roll off cover and just let go with that big finishing burst. So he's going to loom at some stage, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be coming. Let's just hope that the finish line comes before him.
Okay. Looking back, as I said, no Victoria Cup plan for Hot and Treacherous. Do you think that'll work to his advantage over the next couple of weeks and then ID23?
Yeah, I think so. We had a bit of a discussion about sending him down to Melbourne, but really the main aim we were aiming at was the ID, Inter Dominion. So that's what we've been planning towards all the way along, and hopefully we've done the right thing.
All right, that's going to be a cracking race for the Be Good Johnny Sprint. Our next race is also a very good race as well, the Peak of the Creek. You're driving the former Kiwi mare, I'll Have a Bubble. She was tremendous on Tuesday in the heat. She had to chair up. They went fast time. You would have been really happy with that effort.
Yeah, she was super. Didn't really expect her to stick on the way she did in such quick time, but she was tremendous, and it's just probably a little bit shame we drew wide in this type of field, but she's definitely up there with them, and if she gets any luck, they'll know she's there.
Have you guys established what her best racing pattern is at this point?
She's a bit of a funny mare. There's not a lot of high speed there, but she's also a bit of a good grinder, so we haven't really tried that much off speed, but I'm sure if she has to, she's just getting better, and it'll be there if we need it.
This race is going to produce time. There's no question. The heats proved that on Tuesday. If she's somewhere handy and she's smothered up, can she be a real threat late?
Yeah, I think so. You know, she's proven that she's up to them, and you know, obviously there's going to be a quick tempo and a good time. So if any of them are off their game a little bit, I'm sure she's going to be there to swoop.
Who was the most impressive of the heat winners for you on Tuesday?
I thought RD's flash was pretty good. You know, in quick time to overcome, you know, off pace. He was probably the one.
All right, well, that promises to be a very good race, no question about it. Race 7, the Q-Bred for Life 2-year-old mixed final. Bronski Zulu, he's fresh up here, deliberately set for this race. He had a trial on Tuesday. Where's he at in his preparation?
Yeah, his trial was nice. You know, we didn't ask him to do too much. It was more just giving that little bit extra than track work coming into this. So draw's not ideal for us, but you know, he's definitely up to them.
When you laid eyes on him on Tuesday, did he surprise you in any way? Because he looks probably a little bigger, certainly a lot thicker than last preparation.
Yeah, he is. You know, he's definitely developed up, and you know, he's becoming quite a big horse now. So you know, hopefully he matures that a little bit, and that's going to be the key to him.
Well, he's a high-quality horse. He's going to be one of the major players in this race, no question, despite the draw. But the filly Better Collect, does she loom as the hardest to beat here?
I think so. You know, she's a nice filly, and you know, she's proven herself to how good she is. So you know, with the barrier advantage, she's probably the one to beat.
All right. Race number 8, the Queen of the Creek. You get to reunite here with the star mare Uptown Beach Girl. She's got to overcome Gate 7 like Bronski Zulu. She had that recent trial. Where's she at?
Yeah, we just give her a nice trial without doing too much. And she was well within herself there. So, you know, Gate 7 isn't ideal, but you know, she's probably dropping back in grade slightly compared to what she was racing.
She didn't win that trial, but you weren't out there to win that trial. But if you wanted to, she could have done a lot more.
Yeah, she could. You know, she's quite a laid-back mare out in front. So if I'd asked her, she had a bit more in the tank, but it was more just to give her a nice, you know, hit out and see where she's at.
All right. Well, she hasn't raced since the Group 1 Golden Girl. So has she got bigger?
Yeah, she was already a big mare beforehand. So you know, she's pretty big now, and you know, I think a few races under her belt, it's going to tighten her up well.
She's always done that. Every run she gets into her, she seems to thrive off it. So whatever she does on Saturday night, there's certainly more to come.
Yeah, definitely. You know, she's quite a gross mare, so you know, with racing, she always seems to get better.
All right, race 9, Q-Bred for Life 3-year-old fillies feature. Bronski Delight, she's first up. She had a recent trial. What are you expecting?
Yeah, she trialled nice without having to do too much. She's been going well before she went out for a spell, so I've got no worries with her, how she's going to go. Just hopefully we get a good trip, and if she does, she'll be there in the finish.
Did you expect more as far as competition is concerned for this race, or was this just about it?
Oh, no, that's probably about it, you know. There's a few good ones out that are missing. You know, that's probably a good thing for us, and hopefully we can make the most of that.
Are you more worried about Cheerleader or Jessica?
Oh, you know, probably Cheerleader. I've got quite a bit of time for her. I think she's quite a nice filly, so she's probably the one that I'm more worried about.
All right. In the last race 10, Alderman Huey. He's drawn 2 off the second row. He's not out of it.
No, he's not. He's a funny horse. You know, he'd done a few things wrong since coming, but when he put it all together, he showed, you know, what he could do. So if he does everything right again, he'll be there in the finish.
Well, he's got a great trailing draw here behind a hard-running type So Extra. Looks like there's going to be good pace guaranteed here.
Yeah, you'd think so. You know, it looks like it's going to be run strong, and if it is, they're going to know he's there.
All right, it's another excellent book for you on Saturday night. Which one are we most looking forward to?
I'm going to say Teddy. You know, I've been looking forward to seeing what he can do this time back, so I'm going to go with him.
Excellent. Race 3, number 6, Teddy Disco. Nathan, as always, really appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, Chris.
Leader Peter joins us to go through his book of drives for night 1 of the Racing Queensland Summer Carnival. He joins us now. Pete, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
It's a good book of drives on Saturday night for you. We start with race 1, and you had options galore here. Melton Beach, Taylor Toll, Alta Revelry. You've opted for Melton Beach.
Yeah, you know, either of those three would have all been okay, I suppose. But you know, Melton Beach is probably the best draw, and you know, over the mile, which he really likes. So, you know, fingers crossed, I've gone the right way.
What have you made of those past 2 starts? He's been 7th on each occasion.
Yeah, look, you know, last week I think both weeks you nearly got to put a pen through him. You know, last week he, you know, he was racing the Opens, and it was a a real sort of front end dominated sort of race, and it probably wasn't a great drive. Ended up wide in the bend, and he probably shouldn't have been out there. Probably needed to be on the fence as well when they're going those sort of times. And the week before, he got a bit of a bad shuffle and got dragged back a little bit. So, prior to that, his form been really good.
All right, how do you measure the early gate speed for this race?
A little bit, but I'm sure he'll be in amongst it. That's for sure.
Okay, so you're confident he'll run a good race?
Yeah, I think so. I think conditions are back to what he likes. So fingers crossed he's well and ready to go Saturday night.
All right, just on the other pair, Taylor Toll, Alta Revelry, both last start winners. They're both going really well.
Yeah, they've both been super of late. Taylor Toll, he's probably up in grade a little bit here and drawn gate 7, but the times he runs is pretty incredible. So he'll run a good race, and Alta Revelry, he's the same. He each and every week he runs a back half and with wicked splits. So the draw, he always sort of ends up at the back anyway, so it shouldn't affect him, and he just needs a trip.
Okay, race 2, you've picked up the drive here on Rosberg. You've driven this horse previously. He's a good chance here from the inside gate.
Yeah, this is actually a really good drive to pick up. A good gate, and last time I drove him, he was really strong parked out. So if he could hold up, he's gonna have to be a big chance.
Okay, the key runner in this race is Saint Crusader coming up from New South Wales. His form looks good, but as you outlined, with the inside gate, 2,138 metres, maybe a little question mark there, but your guy shouldn't be too far away.
Yeah, no, I think so. He's a big horse and a big strong horse. Obviously being a son of rock and roll dance, he should be able to get out and roll along a bit.
All right. Race 3. I'm keen to get your thoughts here. Got to go milking for mine. This guy is low flying. His last couple of runs have been super.
Yeah, they really have been. His last two have been really good. Probably a little unlucky last week in a up to 70 rating final, and he hit the line really good. And the start prior, his splits were really good in the heat there. So he's probably going to appreciate this race, and it's an okay draw for him. So yeah, expecting to race pretty well.
All right, he is versatile. He can do it different ways. So from gate 3, you've got speed to your inside. How does this race play out in your eyes?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, but I would like to be forward on him. I don't know if he'll end up in front, but if he could stay handy, he'll be right there.
All right, Teddy Disco's the key horse here, resuming off a long break. Have you spotted him at the trials?
Yeah, look, he obviously first up he just went around and floated around, but yeah, last week he was pretty sharp. So he's a class runner, and he's probably going to definitely be the horse to beat.
All right, but if you get any luck, you can shake the life out of that race.
Yeah, look, I think he'll definitely be there amongst at the finish.
All right. Race 4, good trotting race here. You're with Funny Face. You know this mare well. She's off a freshen up, but I spoke with Jack Butler on radio during the week, and he said she's fairly forward. So does she rate well for you?
Yeah, look, every time I've driven her, she's always run a really good race, and the form, is always pretty good. Hasn't raced for a few weeks, but, with Jack training, I'm sure she's pretty forward, and, obviously it's a strong race all the way through, and you've got some horses getting ready for the Inter-Dominion, so she's going to have to be on her game, but I think she's up to it.
Okay, Adele, we've got to take her on trust, no doubt. She looks the obvious horse to beat here.
Yeah, if she's on song, there's probably no beating her, but obviously, sometimes she does things wrong, and can be a little bit tough from her draw as well.
All right, so if she does do things wrong, you're there to pounce.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of other good ones there, and it's definitely a very strong trot.
All right, race number 5. This is the Be Good Johnny Sprint. Black Sedans, he holds the track record at Albion Park. Unfortunately, he's got another tough draw here, gate 7. Geez, unlucky with barrier draws.
Yeah, rarely does he get a good draw, especially in the feature races. So, once again, gate 7, it's the only positive to it is that we're pretty used to it.
Okay, so how do you want him driven, given that you've got the Queensland Cup next week and you're weeks away from ID23?
Yeah, it's really tricky to sort of map it out. Obviously, in the ideal world, he's better on pace, but we've got to really keep in mind that the week later is the Queensland Cup, and we're only a few weeks from the Inter-Dominion heats. So, if we could be a little conservative, it certainly would help him.
Okay, turn it up. Is he the leader, or do you give Future Assured some sort of hope of holding up here?
I think Future Assured is some chance. Obviously, turn it up's wicked fast, and he's probably going to leave and make a left-hand turn. Whether or not he can find the fence, I'm not sure, because I think Future Assured will be kicking through it'll only be the first 50. If he if he can muster the first 50, I think he might be able to hold him out.
Okay. Are you keeping an eye on Leap to Fame and his whereabouts in this race at the start?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to hold a big key to what I sort of do. And it'll be interesting to see what sort of tactics Grant adopts there on him. Same sort of thing. He's obviously the class runner, but you've got more races ahead of him, and that makes a tricky sort of draw to work out what to do.
Okay, tell me, the 2 runs back for Black Sedans. First up, he chased home Future Assured. He was able to win last time out. Are you happy with where he's at right now?
Yeah, I'm not going to say I was happy with those performances, but I'm happy with where he's at. The whole way through, the target's been the Inter-Dominion, and I think we're definitely tracking the right direction. It's just a matter of sort of getting our timing right for that. And these races, as much as they're great races, we want to be, very competitive. We don't want to have him burn out by the time the Inter-Dominion comes around.
And that probably reflects in the amount of starts he's had this year compared to last year?
Yeah, definitely, we think he gets better the more racing he has, and, these races, I think, are going to just sort of bring him on for the Inter. So, hopefully we can get a better draw again next week and, have him spot on for them Inter.
Would I be right in saying he looks a lot leaner now than what he has done previously?
Yeah, he probably isn't carrying as much weight. We didn't put as much weight on him when he had a bit of downtime. But at the same time, he bounces back after each run and sort of picks back up, and he's ready for battle again the week later. So, yeah, everything's ticking along good, and we just got to hopefully it all works out, throughout December.
All right. Race 6, the Peak of the Creek. Now tell me, how many times have you won this race?
Just once. Uncle Shank won it the first year, and RU Flash he's got a lot of resemblance to Uncle Shank, so fingers crossed we can do it again.
Are you confident that he's the fastest horse in this field?
Yeah, I think he probably is. I think his trial last week, sort of showed that, what he sort of run and where he was at the half, and he ran a wicked back half. So, he's right in the zone. His run on Tuesday was excellent, and, he's got to back up, but so does every other horse. So, fingers crossed he backs up, better than others.
I think he proved on Tuesday he is wicked fast, because at the top of the lane, were you confident that you were going to pick up Mossdale, Terry?
Yes and no. There was times I thought I had him covered. There's times that I also thought, geez, he's sneaking away a bit here. And, I think it just sort of shows that this guy, he's the real deal. He follows speed and, comes off a helmet and still extends. So, yeah, we had to go hard on Tuesday and run a hard time. But, we've got rewarded with that by getting the barrier 1.
51.7. Were you always going to select barrier 1?
Not always. I think it sort of leaves us, with limited options, but, one's always, no matter what race it is, I think one's always the key draw.
Okay. Are you confident that he can hold up? Are you worried about OK Boomer, I'm Boo out wider?
Yeah, look, I think we've got enough speed to hold up, and I'd like to be in front, but if we're forced to release it, it wouldn't be the end of the world. He showed on Tuesday he can come off pace, and, we actually think he's very good off pace, so... yeah, we'll just, we do have some options, and hopefully we just pick the right one.
You led up in the Redcliffe Derby, you got beaten by a good one, it was right on the post as well.
Yeah, we just needed to be, 2 strides sooner the winning post, and we would have won a Derby, but anyway, hopefully we can pick up a feature here.
All right. Whisper a Secret also steps out for the stable here. He was very impressive. He's very underrated, this guy.
Yeah, definitely. He flies under the radar a little bit. He never lets us down, and he always gets the job done. And I think it was a big positive on Tuesday that he, it was the slowest heat, but, that was nothing to do with him, and he had a bit of a softer trip. So, I think coming through that, he's going to take a lot of benefit from that.
If he's overdo it up front, he'll be the one hitting the line.
Yeah, definitely. And I think gate 9's a really good draw in this sort of race. There's going to be some pace on, and he's just going to be sitting back there smoking the pipe.
All right, well, we look forward to that, the Peak of the Creek. What about race 8, the Queen of the Creek here? Holly Stars, has she surprised you with what she's been able to achieve since joining the stable?
Yeah, definitely. She's sort of, really exceeded, and, she's been really good at all 4 starts, and, last week she got beat, but it's probably her best run yet. So, it was a really tough sort of up to 70 final, and it was unfortunate she didn't fit in the mares race last week. I think she would have won that, and hopefully this week to the mares only. You know, hopefully she can take full advantage of that.
Yeah, she was massive in defeat last week off a bad gate, had to do plenty of work, and they went good time.
Yeah, you know, it was, you know, no quitting her. She was, you know, still working all the way to the line, and yeah, couldn't be more pleased.
All right, so Uptown Beach Girl resumes here. She's got gate 7. It's not going to be easy for her, and you've got that nice trailing draw. So what are you hoping for early?
Yeah, look, you know, as long as it's just a bit of tempo, you know, I don't think it matters. She sort of showed last week she can do a bit of work, and week before that she come off pace. So, yeah, she seems to be the real deal. So, you know, fingers crossed we just get a bit of a trip, and, you know, as long as we're not too far away, head of stretch.
All right, she's a terrific chance, Holly Stars. Race 9, you're taking the drive on Mickey Magic. Q-Bred for Life final, 3-year-old fillies. Draws gate 2. Is she capable here?
Yeah, look, she is a very nice filly. Sometimes we don't see the best of her, but you know, when she's on song, she can really put in a really good run.
Okay, what about the last race 10? Away we go. He's drawn gate 3, but you've got So Extra on your immediate inside. Does that make it challenging?
Yeah, I think it does a little bit. You know, he's been racing really well. Really happy with where he's at, and you know, he's just had to tough it out nearly every week. So you know, this week looks like he's going to have to do it again. So we'll just sort of wait and see what comes.
2 starts ago when he won, he was good. He looked really strong, really authoritative with that victory. So is he going as well as he can?
You know, I think he is. There has been times where he's been, you know, super, and yeah, I'm really happy with where he's at. We just got to, you know, if he could find the front end, he'd be the one to beat, but it looks like he probably won't be there.
Well, there's extra pressure at that race because that's the Rock and Roll Dance at Somerset Farms pace. So you need to win it. Which drive are you most looking forward to on the weekend?
Yeah, that's probably a bit of a tough one, really. Probably the first race, Melton Beach. May not be the best chance, but always love getting behind him. You can absolute beast when he's on song.
Okay, race 1, number 4, Melton Beach. Pete, as always, really appreciate the time. Best of luck on the weekend. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, Chris.
As always, a big thanks to our 2 drivers, Nathan and Pete. We wish them all the best. They've both got really good books there on Saturday night. The first of 10 races, a little later than normal, kicking off just after 6 o'clock. And as far as the best bet is concerned, you've got to stay up until very late. Stay wide awake because I think it will be worth the wait. Race 9, number 4, Jessica. This is a beautifully bred filly. She's getting better each and every time she steps out. She had a trial recently, looked good in that trial. I think she's well up to winning this Q-Bred for Life 3-year-old fillies feature. Marking her as the best bet, race 9, number 4, Jessica. Really good card on Saturday night, as I said. Feature racing aplenty between now and Christmas at the Creek. We'll see you trackside this Saturday night. Our first race getting underway at 6:07.